Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Across the Ocean. My name's James in Miami.
And this is Matthias, straight from Zurich.
And we have big news for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Across the Ocean. It is, as always, so great to see all of your smiling faces. Matthias, my friend, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I've literally just come back from my vacation in Bali. About 4 hours ago, I got out of the airplane in Zurich airport, and now I'm already here recording this show with you, which shows how much I have been waiting to see and hear you again and to get into our next topic. And this is a very special episode, a very special show that we can share with you today.
Yeah, you're a crazy man. I know you'll come fresh from the airport. Hopefully you get some sleep soon. But we've got some exciting news and we couldn't wait to share it with everyone. So I forced Matthias, who should probably be unpacking and taking a nap right now, to sit down in the studio because we really enjoy making these videos for you. We've really enjoyed the collaboration of Across the Ocean, and Matthias and I, before the cameras roll, we get on like a house on fire and we're laughing and joking and telling stories about the industry, and we want to share more of that with you guys, more of the sort of the behind the scenes of Across the Ocean. And we thought, what better way to do it than to co-host a group dive trip. So that's exactly what we've planned, exactly what we put together. Drum roll please, ladies and gentlemen, Across the Ocean in 2023 is heading to the scuba diving paradise of the Philippines. So we wanted to take this video and just kind of talk about the trip a little bit, what we're looking forward to, and really go through some of the details of it. And then anyone that's interested in joining Matthias and I at a luxury dive resort in the Philippines will find the brochure linked in the description of this video below. So I think the big question is, Matthias, if I can throw this to you, why the Philippines?
Well, I think we've talked about this in some of the previous episodes when we talked about our favorite or top dive destinations, whether it is just for diving or for taking photos and videos out in the water. And the Philippines always came up as a destination because it is a world-class diving destination. It just offers everything a diver really would want to have. And it's specifically the area that we're gonna be going to has all your small stuff and really has all your like colorful, nice, rich reefs, bigger sort of marine life that can be found there as well. So that's why we've chosen the Philippines, and also I think because it is from a price point, if you look at it from a price point, it just gets a really good value for the money that you're paying, what we were able to cram into that trip. So that's my opinion why I really wanted to make this a Philippine group trip. Yeah, maybe you can tell our audience a little bit more about the trip and what they will expect or what they can expect during that trip.
Yeah, absolutely. So the resort that we chose is the Atlantis Resort in Puerto Galera, and the reason I'm stoked that that is going to be our base for the trip is because it is slap bang in the middle of what's known as the Coral Triangle, which has the greatest coral biodiversity on Earth. The resort itself has access to over 70 recognized dive sites that are 10 to 15 minutes from the resort, and the diving is pretty much unlimited. We're going to be doing up to 5 dives a day. There's going to be a night dive offered every single day. So there's tons of diving to be done and lots of variety, and the quality of the diving should be absolutely excellent. The resort has nitrox, which is important for me because when you do a lot of diving, I've talked many times about the safety that nitrox provides, so that's definitely a good option and one of the reasons we went with that resort. And they also offer an additional day trip to Verde Island, which is a marine sanctuary in the Philippines, which has probably some of the best diving in all of the Philippines. So super excited for those things. And the resort itself looks really nice. A little bit of behind the scenes information. I actually almost took a job at Atlantis Resorts like 7, 8, no, longer than that ago. So I've actually interviewed with them and know the resort really well, even though I haven't actually been there in person myself. But really, really keen to link up with this company. They're very professional, and I think we're going to be very well taken care of. The resort is beautiful. Everything is included except for beer money. So just bring your beer money and your dive gear, and we're going to have a fantastic time. We're also going to do some co-hosted sessions in the evening. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely, yeah, because we also just don't want to, well, maybe I need to phrase it a little different. This is obviously going to be a group trip and everyone is welcome. So it doesn't matter what level of certification you have, what level of experience you have. When it comes to the diving, everyone is welcome. It's primarily a group trip, and that's what we want to do. We want to have a fun time with you guys in the Philippines. That's the main objective that we have. But then we also thought, well, since we're already there, and you have a lot of specialized knowledge, I have some specialized knowledge, why don't we put that on the table and make this even greater than it already is, and give you just some extra add-ons for that trip or during that trip. So we decided that we want to do some evening presentations, and trust me, they're not going to be your boring monologue presentations that you might have heard somewhere else. These are going to be entertaining and involving presentations that will give you just some extra bits and pieces that will help you in the presentations that you are going to be doing, James, more about general diving stuff, general diving topics, and I will go a little more specialized into the underwater image making area. So we'll be talking a little more about how to, for example, use lights properly when you're filming underwater, and maybe we also go a little bit into storytelling. But these are just two ideas that I've got in my head right now. They might still change, but there's going to be 2 presentations from my side and 2 presentations from James. And I think we just decided before we started rolling the camera, there's going to be a surprise presentation as well, which we're not going to talk about yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
I love it. We come up with all these crazy ideas. So, ladies and gentlemen, consider this your personal invitation to come and dive with myself and Matthias in a scuba diving paradise at a beautiful resort with pretty much unlimited diving and fantastic world-class coral reef structures with an experienced technical diving instructor and a very experienced underwater videographer at your disposal. If you are interested in this trip, the dates and all the details are in the brochure, and the link is in the description of this video below. And we hope to see you all out there in Puerto Galera.
Absolutely. Maybe seeing all of you out there is going to be a little difficult because the spaces are limited, but if you're quick, I'm sure you can make it, and I can't wait to dive with you guys in Puerto Galera and show you the beauty of the Philippine underwater world, in particular if you haven't been there and seen it yet yourself.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Take care, and I'll see you in the Philippines.